Hello, today I will read Genesis chapter 29. In Genesis 28, we saw that Jacob was going into the journey at his uncle Laban, and on the way to there, the sun was set and he was sleeping in nature, and he was dreaming a beautiful dream. He had a dream in which he saw a stairway resting on the earth, which is top reaching to heaven, and the angels of God were ascending and descending on it. There above it stood the Lord, and he said, I am the Lord, the God of your father Abraham and the God of Isaac. I will give you and your descendants the land on which you are lying. Your descendants will be like the dust on earth, of the earth, and you will spread out to the west and to the east, to the north and to the south. All peoples on earth will be blessed through you and your offspring. I am with you and will watch over you wherever you go, and I will bring you back to this land. I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you. Well, it says, I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you. Yeah, but after that, he will leave Jacob or not? I think not, but... Okay, or what have promised him it would take all the time. Okay, let's read chapter 29. Then Jacob continued on his journey and came to the land of the eastern peoples. There he saw a well in the field with 3 flocks of sheep lying near it, because the flocks were watered from that well. The stone over the mouth of the well was large. When all the flocks were gathered there, the sheepherds would roll the stone away from the well's mouth and water the sheep. Then they would return the stone to its place over the mouth of the well. Jacob asked the shepherds, My brothers, where are you from? We are from Haran, they replied. He said to them, Do you know Laban, Nahor's grandson? Yes, we know him, they answered. Whoa, so it was not just something unusual. It happened that to meet people from Haran. Yes, we know him, they answered. Then Jacob asked them, Is he well? Yes, he is, they said. And here comes his daughter Rachel, with the sheep. Look, he said, the sun is still high. It is no time for the flocks to be gathered. Water the sheep and take them back to pasture. We can't, they replied, until all the flocks are gathered and the stone has been rolled away from the mouth of the well. Then the well will water the sheep. While he was still talking with them, Rachel came with her father's sheep, for she was a shepherdess. Wow. When Jacob saw Rachel, daughter of Laban, his mother's brother, and Laban's sheep, he went over and rolled the stone away from the mouth of the well and watered his uncle's sheep. Wow, he didn't Yeah, he was not from there. Um, he couldn't wait anymore. And yeah, to be useful somehow. Then Jacob kissed Rachel and began to weep aloud. He had told Rachel that he was a relative to her of her father and the son of Rebekah. So she ran and told her father. Also, Rachel is talking with her father. Rebecca was talking with her mother when Abraham's servant came, and Laban was there too. As soon as Laban heard the news about Jacob, his sister's son, he hurried to meet him. He embraced him and kissed him and brought him to his home. And there Jacob told him all these things. Then Laban said to him, "You are my own flesh and blood." After Jacob had stayed with him for the whole month, Laban said to him, "Just because you are a relative of mine, should you work for me for nothing? Tell me what your wages should be." Now Laban had two daughters. The name of the older was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel. Leah had weak eyes, but Rachel was lovely in form and beautiful. Jacob was in love with Rachel and said, "I'll work for you 7 years in return for your younger daughter, Rachel." Well, Laban said, "It's better that I give her to you than to some other man." They were cousins, but they didn't care anymore. "Stay here with me. 1 month of accommodation, but after that we will see. If you stay long in house that is not yours, it is not very cool. We will see that." So Jacob served 7 years to get Rachel, but they seemed like only a few days to him because of his love for her. Then Jacob said to Laban, "Give me my wife. My time is completed, and I want to lie with her." So Laban brought together all the people of the place and gave a feast. But when evening came, he took his daughter Leah. What is he doing? And gave her to Jacob, and Jacob lay with her. Yeah, let me. Before that, Laban brought together all the people of the place and gave a feast. Yeah, like at every marriage, but maybe there it was alcohol, because we see what will happen. And Laban gave his servant girl Zilpah to his daughter as her maidservant. When morning came, there was Leah. How can you... So Jacob said to Laban, "What is this you have done to me? I served you for Rachel, didn't I? Why have you deceived me? How can you sleep with someone that you don't know? You think you is her sister. It's Rachel, but it was Leah." I think he was drunk, because we cannot explain that. But what happened with Rachel then? Maybe Laban loved her or something in that night. When morning came, there was Leah. Yeah. "I served you for Rachel, didn't I? Why have you deceived me?" Laban replied, It is not our custom here to give the younger daughter in marriage before the older one. He was like a serpent, Laban. He wanted to make profit from Jacob. Let's see. To give the younger daughter in marriage before the older one. Finish this daughter's bridal week. Then we will give you the younger one also, in return for another 7 years of work. Wow. So yeah, he deceived Jacob. Maybe that Leah had weak eyes, maybe no one wanted her. Rachel was beautiful, but yeah, Laban wanted to make profit on him. So where is God here? God told him, told Jacob that he will he will watch over him. And Jacob did so. Could he said no? Could he take Rachel and run away? Yeah, it was a bit. It would have been a bit difficult, but and Jacob did so. He finished the week with Leah, and then Laban gave him his daughter Rachel to be his wife. Laban gave his servant girl Bilhah to his daughter Rachel as her maidservant. Jacob lay with Rachel also, and he loved Rachel more than Leah. He didn't love Leah at all. It is a case that Jacob didn't want to marry with two women, but Laban wanted. And he worked for Laban another 7 years. Would you agree with that? I would not. It is a sin in front of God to have. Yeah, but already happened that. But even if how could you? So never get drunk, never drink alcohol. To be always clear in your mind. When the Lord saw that Leah was not loved, he opened her womb. But Rachel was barren. God is involving very weird. I mean, why didn't he involve before that would happen? Before that to happen. He get involved after the things are happening. Like with Abraham, with Sarah and Agar. Why? Why is that? I don't know. But Rachel was barren. Leah became pregnant and gave birth to a son. She named him Reuben, for she said, "It is because the Lord has seen my misery. Surely my husband will love me now. Well, she is a victim now because her father made her a victim. So never, if you are a parent, never try to marry your son or your daughter by force, because it cannot make it happen, or it's very rare to that by force to happen something beautiful. It is not always impossible, but it is not okay. Surely my husband will love me now. She conceived again, and when she gave birth to a son, she said, because the Lord heard that I am not loved, he gave me this one too. So she named him Simon. Again she conceived, and when she gave birth to a son, she said, now at last my husband will become attached to me, because I have borne him 3 sons. So he was named Levi. 3 sons. She conceived again, and when she gave birth to a son, she said that this time I will praise the Lord. So she named him Judah. Then she stopped having children. Wow. And those children will be very important. From Levi will be all of the Levites, the priest, the man of God who will serve God, Judah. From Judah will come Jesus Christ, David and Solomon and all the king's line, and after that Jesus Christ. The Lion of Judah. It is very... I don't understand God. Jacob was not that guilty here. Laban was. God told him that he will watch over him. But look at what happened here. What could he do? What could Laban do? Jacob do after that night? Would any other man marry Leah after sleeping with Jacob? In that time, at the Christian, at the man of God and the people of God, it was forbidden, and those who would do that would be killed. We will see in the law of the when God will tell the law to Moses. I don't understand God here. Yeah, he saw Leah that was not loved, but he saw what happened at the bridal night, or how can I say, at the marriage night. It is very, very weird. Okay, may the God bless me, protect me, and enlighten me in the next chapter too. And if God wants, you will see me there too. I don't understand God here. I understand him that he helped Leah, but I don't understand why he didn't stop to that thing to happen. Because even if it was not Jacob's approval, or how to, it was forced by Laban, but Jacob did so. Maybe he could say no. Yeah, we must be very careful and very strong in our decisions, and we cannot let anyone take us and do whatever they want, and not what God wants that we to do. We are masters of ourselves, or we must be, and we cannot let anyone, any bad thing to lead us in a bad directions. Okay, may God bless you all, and goodbye.